Hi all, welcome to this video on the Jungian function of subjective thinking. I'll be talking about a sub-function of subjective thinking I call development, and they're my thoughts on subjective thinking. Before we get underway, I thought I'd talk about or compare subjective thinking to objective thinking, which in a nutshell have absolutely nothing in common with each other except the word thinking. If you've done an MBTI test before and your result was ESTP, ENTP, INFJ or ISFJ, that means that your second or third cognitive function is subjective thinking and your sixth or seventh cognitive function is objective thinking. Story so far, in the middle there, TI, which is an acronym for thinking introverted or subjective thinking. I've analysed it and broken it into these 8 sub-functions here. Sometimes the third cognitive function is called the vulnerable function. In other words, you're kind of reaching for it. You're kind of dimly half conscious of it, but you reach for it. If it's your third cognitive function, a suggestion would be to think about those 8 sub-functions there, one of which I'm going to be talking about my thoughts of in this video, and that's development, which I've broken down into 3 parts there: optimize, improve, innovate. What do I mean by that? Optimize is, the concept there is squeezing the most out of what you've got, so getting the most juice out of the lemon. So you've got some givens, constants and variables, and you're juggling those to optimize whatever you're trying to optimize. It could be, in this case, money, speed, performance, safety, whatever the criteria is. So cars need fuel to run. A fuel tank has a given capacity. However, there's different octane fuels with different prices. Which one do we choose to optimize the car's performance? An IT example of this would be defragging your hard drive. Improvement. What I mean by that is you take what you've got and somehow you improve it. So on the right is an image of a early model wing mirror, and on the left a later model wing mirror. So they're both wing mirrors. However, later model wing mirrors have improved in some way, like the vision is better because the mirror is bigger, it's easier to adjust, and it's hinged. Still a wing mirror, but it's an improvement. An IT example of this would be a service pack. So still got the same operating system, but there's some improvements in the operating system after the service pack's installed. Innovation. Something totally like a quantum leap. So we're not talking about a seatbelt. We've got a seatbelt. How do we optimize it? Well, we make sure we wear it. We're talking about improvement. How about we put a gravity system on it? Something totally innovative, totally new. An IT example of this would be the iPod. Okay, a sub-function of objective intuition. Got imagination, prescience, synthesis. Another one would be connections, and if I connect popular culture to technology to Jungian functions, I imagine that people believe that technology comes from the Jungian function of objective intuition. I totally disagree with that. It comes from the Jungian function of subjective thinking. So it does come from conscious, but not NETI. How do I justify my belief? An image there of Gutenberg, who, if I'm right, and his MBTI type was ISTP, is one of the most innovative men of the Middle Ages with his movable type. Subjective thinking, if you're ISTP, is your first cognitive function. Objective intuition was my 7th. Okay, yeah, if you've done MBTI test before and your result was INFJ, then that's telling you that your first cognitive function is introverted intuition, your second is extroverted feeling, your third is subjective thinking, which is what this video is about, and your fourth is objective sensing. A printing press is called a printing press because pressure is applied to the paper using torque, which is helped by gravity. There are three forces. Prior to Gutenberg, printing blocks were made of carved wood. So they were formed by carving. Gutenberg's innovation was to use tin for each letter, and tin is a different substance to wood because one of many reasons, if you heat it up to a high enough temperature, it melts. It doesn't burn, it melts. And when it's a liquid, you can form it by casting it. So form, substance, temperature, these are all properties of reality. Pressure, gravity, torque, these are all forces. This is the consciousness of objective sensing, or two sub-functions of it, force and reality. You don't use the force INFJs, that's the dreamland. You objectively sense the forces, they're all around you. You can sense them by sending your consciousness out through your senses. What does that mean? Well, what I believe, or in principle anyway, because my first conscious function is subjective thinking, I can be as conscious or cognizant or aware of the technological tsunami that's arriving as someone whose MBTI type is an INTP, and I could make some logical inferences and say the same about ESTPs as opposed to ENTPs, and INFJs as opposed to ISFJs, but in the end this is subjective thinking. So if you're an ESTP or an INFJ, or that's your MBTI type, what do you think? I know what I think. Where's it all going? I don't know, but it's going to accelerate. That's an opinion. It's going to come through in waves of bigger and bigger amplitude. It's going to keep accelerating, and hopefully that helped with your self-development.